Hey everyone, welcome back to the Everyday English channel. I'm Mike.
And I'm Rachel. Hey guys.
So today's episode is one that I think a lot of you are going to find really useful in your daily life.
Yeah, because today we're talking about meeting someone for the very first time. That moment when you walk into a room, a class, a new job, and there's someone you've never met before.
And you have to say something, but you're not sure what. And suddenly your English just disappears.
Yes, exactly that feeling. Your brain knows the words, but in the moment, nothing comes out.
So today, we're going to fix that. We're going to show you exactly how a natural first meeting sounds. The words, the questions, the little phrases that make it feel easy and comfortable.
And we'll break it down as we go, so you understand not just what we're saying, but why it works.
Let's get into it. Okay, so let's set the scene. We're at a new class, maybe a language class, a cooking class, anything. We've never met. I'm going to go first.
Okay, I'm ready.
Hey, I don't think we've met. I'm Mike.
Oh, hi. I'm Rachel. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Is this your first time here?
Yeah, it is. I just signed up last week, actually. You?
Same. I wasn't sure what to expect, honestly.
Right? I'm a little nervous, but excited.
Yeah, same feeling. I think it'll be good though.
I hope so. At least we already know one person now, right?
Exactly. Already ahead.
Okay, let's stop there for a second.
Yeah, so the very first thing I said was, I don't think we've met. That's a really warm, natural way to open. It's not awkward, it's not too formal, it just opens the door.
Much better than just standing there silently hoping the other person speaks first.
Right, and then I immediately gave my name. I'm Mike. Short, simple, done.
Then Mike asked, "Is this your first time here?" That's a smart question because it's relevant to the moment. You're both in the same place, so it's a natural thing to ask.
And notice Rachel's answer. She didn't just say yes or no. She added a little detail. I just signed up last week, actually. That gives the conversation somewhere to go.
That's one of the most important skills in small talk. Always give your answer plus a little extra, not a speech, just one small detail.
And at the end, at least we already know one person now. That's a light, friendly comment that makes the other person smile. It creates instant warmth.
Little moments like that are what makes someone feel comfortable talking to you.
So, Rachel, are you from around here?
Not originally, no. I'm from the States. I moved here about 2 years ago. What about you?
I'm actually from here, born and raised.
Oh, nice. Do you like it?
Yeah, I do. I mean, I've thought about living somewhere else at some point, but right now it feels like home, you know?
I get that. It took me a while to feel that way about this place, but I really do love it now.
What made you move here, if you don't mind me asking?
No, not at all. Work, mainly. I got a good opportunity and just went for it.
That's brave. Moving to a new country for work? That's a big step.
It was scary at the time, but honestly, best decision I ever made.
That's really cool. Do you miss home?
Sometimes. Mostly my family and the weather, to be honest.
The weather is always the thing.
Always. But video calls help a lot. You stay connected even when you're far away.
That's true. Technology makes it much easier than it used to be.
Okay, let's pause.
So, where are you from is one of the most classic first meeting questions. But what made this conversation work was everything that came after the answer.
Right. Mike didn't just say, "Oh, okay," after I answered. He followed up. "What made you move here?" That shows real interest.
And notice the phrase, "if you don't mind me asking." That's a polite way to ask something slightly personal. It shows you're being considerate.
You don't always need it, but it's a nice touch, especially when you're just meeting someone.
And when I said, "that's brave," that's a warm, genuine response. It acknowledges that what she did was significant. People appreciate being seen like that.
Also, best decision I ever made. A great phrase, very natural, very expressive. Use it when you want to talk about a choice you're really happy with.
And born and raised means you were born in a place and grew up there. Super common phrase in everyday English. So what do? Are you working here in the city?
Yeah, I work in marketing, mostly digital, social media, online content. What about you?
I'm an English teacher.
Oh, that's perfect. So you're literally living your subject right now.
Pretty much, yeah. I teach adults mostly, people learning English as a second language.
That must be really rewarding. Do you enjoy it?
I love it, honestly. Every student has a completely different story and reason for learning. It never gets old.
I love that. I think teaching is one of those jobs where you can really feel the impact of what you do.
Yeah, definitely. What about marketing? Do you enjoy it?
Most of the time, yes. It's fast-paced, which I like, but sometimes the line between work and personal time gets really blurry. Like, my job basically lives on my phone.
That's tough. I think a lot of people struggle with that these days.
Totally. I'm trying to get better at switching off. Like, after 6 o'clock, no more work emails.
That's a healthy boundary. Good for you.
I'm trying. It's a work in progress.
Let's break this one down.
So, what do you do is one of the first questions people ask when they're getting to know someone. It's a go-to topic because work takes up a big part of most people's lives.
But notice, we didn't just exchange job titles and move on. We actually talked about how we feel about our work.
That's what makes it real conversation rather than just information exchange.
When Rachel asked, "Do you enjoy it?" That's a simple question, but it invites a personal, honest answer. Much better than just, "Is it a good job?"
And I was honest. I said I love it. Don't be afraid to be enthusiastic about something you genuinely care about. It's attractive in conversation.
Phrases to remember. Never gets old means something never becomes boring or repetitive. Switching off means mentally disconnecting from work. Work in progress means something you're still improving.
All very natural, very common.
So outside of work, what do you get up to? Any hobbies?
Yeah, I paint. Watercolor mostly. It's my way of unwinding after a busy week.
Oh, that's lovely. Are you self-taught?
Mostly. I took one class and just kept going from there. I'm not brilliant or anything. I just really enjoy it.
That's the best reason to do something.
Exactly. Not everything needs to be a side hustle. What about you?
I play soccer on weekends, just a casual game with friends, and I read a lot. Always have a book on the go.
Oh, nice. What kind of books?
I love historical fiction mostly. Stories set in the past, but with really human, emotional characters.
Oh, I've never really explored that genre. Any recommendations?
So many, but I'll give you one. The Pillars of the Earth. Long book, but completely pulls you in.
I'll write that down. I actually want to read more. I just keep ending up on my phone instead.
Story of everyone's life right now.
Sadly, yes. Okay, let's break this down.
Hobbies are one of the warmest small talk topics because people genuinely light up when they talk about something they love.
And notice, when I said I paint, Mike didn't just say, "Oh, cool." He asked a follow-up. Are you self-taught? That one question kept the conversation going.
Always follow up. One good follow-up question is worth more than 10 generic responses.
Also, I said, I'm not brilliant or anything. That's a really natural, humble way to talk about a hobby. It makes you sound real, not like you're showing off.
And then I asked about books and gave a specific recommendation. Specifics make conversation interesting. Vague answers close conversations down. Specific ones open them up.
Phrases here, get up to means what do you do, what keeps you busy. Unwind means relax and de-stress. Have a book on the go means you're currently reading one.
All very natural, all very usable from today. Can I ask, do you have any pets?
Yes, a cat named Luna. She is genuinely the best part of coming home after a long day.
That's exactly how dog owners feel too. I have a golden retriever, Max.
Oh, I love golden retrievers. They're just so happy all the time.
All the time. He wakes up every morning like it's the greatest day of his life. I honestly envy him.
That's the energy we all need.
Exactly. Luna sounds like the opposite. Classic cat energy.
Complete opposite. Very calm, very unbothered, judges me silently from across the room.
Cats are something else.
They really are, but so comforting. Like after a really tough day, she just comes and sits next to me, and somehow everything feels a bit lighter.
That's one of the best things about having a pet, that quiet companionship.
Completely. I think everyone should have one if they can.
Hard to disagree with that.
So, why does this section work so well?
Because pets are one of those universal topics that almost everyone can connect with, whether you have one or just love animals.
And notice how quickly we found common ground. We both have pets, we both feel the same way about what they add to daily life.
Finding that shared feeling, even on a small topic like pets, creates a real sense of connection. You think, this person gets it.
And the humor here, judges me silently from across the room, that's a really natural, funny way to describe a cat. Light humor makes people feel relaxed.
Don't be afraid to be a little funny. You don't need to be a comedian, just be warm and a little playful.
Phrases here, something else, means exceptional or remarkable. Cats are something else, means they're uniquely interesting creatures. Quiet companionship means peaceful, comfortable company without needing to talk.
You know, I feel like we've covered a lot of ground for a first conversation.
Right? I feel like I know you pretty well now.
I think that's the thing about good conversation. Time just moves without you noticing.
Totally. It was really lovely talking to you, Mike. I'm glad we ended up next to each other today.
Same. It made the whole thing much less nerve-wracking.
Agreed. Maybe we'll see each other here again next week?
I'll be here. We can compare notes.
Deal. It was great meeting you, Rachel.
You too, Rachel. Take care.
You too. Bye.
Okay, last breakdown. And this one is important.
How you end a conversation matters as much as how you start it.
Right. You don't just stop talking and walk away. You round it off. You make the other person feel good about the time they spent with you.
I'm glad we ended up next to each other. That's a really warm, genuine closing line. It tells the person, I enjoyed this. I'm happy it happened.
And maybe we'll see each other here again next week is a light, natural way to leave the door open without putting any pressure on anyone.
You're not asking their number or making a big plan. Just a friendly, hey, maybe this continues. No pressure.
And take care, simple, warm, and universally friendly. A great conversation closer.
The whole ending felt natural because it came out of the conversation itself. We talked about the class, so ending with "see you next week at the class" made perfect sense.
Always try to close a conversation with something connected to what you talked about. It shows you were really listening. All right, let's bring it all together.
So today, we showed you a full first meeting, from the very first hello to the goodbye, and it covered 6 key areas.
The first greeting, where you're from, work and daily life, hobbies, finding common ground, and wrapping up.
And through all of it, a few things made the conversation feel natural and real.
First, always add a small detail to your answer, not just yes or no. Give the conversation somewhere to go.
Second, ask follow-up questions. Show that you're genuinely listening and interested in what the other person said.
Third, share something real. Be a little honest, a little personal. That's what makes people feel connected to you.
Fourth, look for common ground. The moment you find something you share, a feeling, an experience, a love of golden retrievers, hold on to it. That's where the real connection happens.
And fifth, close warmly. Leave the other person feeling good. That's what they'll remember about you.
Now, your challenge. Think about an upcoming situation where you might meet someone new, a class, a work event, a social gathering, and use what you learned today.
Start with a simple opener, add a detail to your answers, ask one genuine follow-up question. That's all you need.
The more you do it, the more natural it becomes. I promise.
You've got this.
That's it for today's episode, everyone. Thank you so much for watching.
If this was helpful, please hit like and subscribe. It genuinely helps us keep making content like this for you.
Drop a comment below and tell us, what's the hardest part of meeting someone new for you? We read every single one.
New episodes every week, so make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss them.
Until next time, keep practicing, keep talking, and keep growing.
See you in the next one. Bye, everyone.
Bye.